Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest scientific minds of all time, is typically remembered for his work with electricity, wireless energy, and inventions that shaped modern life. But a recently unearthed interview from 83 years ago reveals something entirely different. Tesla's deep reflections on spiritual life, consciousness beyond the physical, and the mysteries of existence. In this rare conversation, Tesla spoke of life after death not as a mystical idea, but as a logical extension of energy, a continuity of consciousness within the fabric of the universe. He compared the human mind to a transmitter, suggesting that our essence, our awareness, might persist in a form science is only beginning to understand. His views were inspired by Eastern philosophies and esoteric traditions, offering a fascinating fusion of physics and metaphysics. Something that completely changes the way you see reality, like finding an ancient message meant just for today. That's what this interview feels like. So if you're fascinated by the crossroads between science and the soul, don't forget to hit subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with others who love exploring the unknown. Tesla's belief in life beyond the physical realm was grounded in a core scientific principle. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. For him, consciousness itself was a form of energy, subtle, yet persistent, that doesn't vanish at death but shifts into another mode of existence. He often spoke of the universe as a vast sea of frequency, and he theorized that our thoughts, emotions, and awareness might exist on similar vibrational planes. This wasn't mere speculation for Tesla. It was a hypothesis rooted in his deep understanding of electromagnetic phenomena. He imagined consciousness continuing like a radio wave, broadcasting on a new frequency, perhaps one that current instruments cannot yet detect. His spiritual science did not reject the unknown, but welcomed it as a frontier of discovery. To Tesla, the idea of God was not tied to religious dogma or anthropomorphic imagery. He envisioned divinity as a universal force, an omnipresent energy that underpins the structure of all existence. This wasn't a belief born of blind faith, but a conclusion drawn from decades of observing the precision, symmetry, and interconnectedness of natural laws. Influenced by Eastern philosophies and esoteric traditions, Tesla saw the divine not in temples or texts, but in the harmonious orchestration of the cosmos. Every formula he derived, every field he studied, seemed to echo a deeper intelligence woven into the fabric of reality. For him, understanding the universe scientifically was itself a sacred act, an inquiry into the mind of the cosmos. The divine equation, science and spirituality united. Tesla firmly believed that science and spirituality were not adversaries, but partners in the pursuit of truth. He saw no contradiction between unraveling the mysteries of electromagnetism and contemplating the nature of the soul. In fact, he considered the scientific method a sacred tool, capable of illuminating not only the laws of physics, but also the spiritual architecture of the universe. To Tesla, every natural phenomenon held spiritual significance. Lightning wasn't just electricity. It was a whisper from the divine. Vibration wasn't just a physical force. It was the pulse of existence. He envisioned a future in which scientific advancement would demystify spiritual phenomena, bridging the gap between the seen and unseen, the measurable and the mystical. To Tesla, prevention was the true cornerstone of longevity. He saw disease not as an inevitable fate, but often as a consequence of living out of sync with natural laws. Rather than chasing cures, he advocated for aligning daily life with universal principles: clean air, pure water, nourishing food, and mental stillness. Tesla's lifestyle was a living expression of this belief. Regular sleep, light meals, deep focus, and intentional solitude. His skepticism toward the aggressive pharmaceutical practices of his era led him to emphasize self-regulation and natural equilibrium. For him, true health meant anticipating imbalance before it manifested and correcting course through simple but profound practices. In this sense, prevention wasn't passive. It was an active, intelligent choice rooted in harmony with nature's rhythm. Tesla's critique of conventional medicine. Nikola Tesla was deeply critical of the medical orthodoxy of his time. He believed that mainstream medicine focused too heavily on treating symptoms with chemicals, while ignoring the deeper energetic and environmental roots of disease. For Tesla, healing could not be reduced to pharmaceutical intervention alone. He questioned the overuse of medications and the dismissal of preventative practices rooted in nature and energy science. Instead, he envisioned a future in which medicine would integrate frequency therapy, vibrational healing, and environmental harmonization. Tesla argued that the body responds to subtle forces, magnetic fields, electric currents, and vibrations, and that neglecting these dimensions of health was a major limitation of conventional treatment. His vision was not anti-science, but rather post-conventional. He foresaw a healthcare model that embraced the full spectrum of natural and energetic influences on the human organism. Ancient wisdom and Tesla's affinity for Eastern practices. Tesla's fascination with Eastern philosophies was more than a passing interest. It was foundational to his worldview. He admired ancient cultures, particularly those of China and India, for their deep understanding of energy, balance, and natural law. Among these influences, traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, resonated strongly with his ideas. Practices like Qigong, acupuncture, herbal medicine, and dietary harmony reflected the very principles Tesla believed governed not only health, but the universe itself: rhythm, frequency, and balance. He saw these traditions not as folklore, but as empirical systems rooted in millennia of observation and energetic alignment. The integration of breath, movement, and intention in TCM paralleled Tesla's own theories about the interplay of vibration and consciousness. For him, returning to this ancestral wisdom wasn't regression. It was advancement through rediscovery. This appreciation shaped his belief that the keys to future healing might lie buried in ancient teachings. Preventive health and the role of energy balance. Tesla firmly believed that prevention was the most intelligent path to long-term health. While many in his era, and even today, focus on treating illness after it appears, Tesla argued that true health required proactive alignment with natural laws. He maintained that many diseases could be avoided if the body's energetic environment was kept in harmony. This meant regular rest, exposure to natural elements, consumption of clean water, and attunement to Earth's frequencies. He was critical of medical systems that ignored these invisible but crucial forces. In his view, the human body wasn't merely a biochemical machine. It was a finely tuned, energetic instrument. Health, then, was not just about fighting pathogens, but maintaining vibrational integrity. His approach resonates with current trends in holistic and integrative medicine, suggesting that perhaps Tesla was once again ahead of his time. If Tesla's ideas have sparked your curiosity, support this channel by liking the video, subscribing, and sharing it with others who might appreciate this fusion of science and spirit. Let's keep these visionary discussions alive and growing. Tesla's legacy and its modern relevance. The rediscovery of this long-lost interview provides new insights into Tesla's profound impact on both science and spirituality. His thoughts on life after death, energy, and health have sparked a renewed conversation about how science and spirituality can coexist and complement one another. Tesla's work was not merely about electricity and magnetism. It was a holistic approach to understanding the universe, one that integrates science, energy, and the human condition. His vision continues to inspire modern thinkers, from physicists to wellness advocates, demonstrating that true innovation often lies at the intersection of seemingly disparate fields. Tesla's ideas challenge us to broaden our perceptions and explore the potential connections between our physical well-being, energy, and the cosmos itself.